Hey, you guys, it's your girl Gabby, all things TV and film, and we are here. We have made it to episode 4 of Dexter Resurrection, and this episode is titled Call Me Red, which is so fitting. But we'll get into that in a second. I wanted to do a quick recap slash review of this episode. I had originally recorded a recap for episode 1 through 3, but my audio messed up twice. So you're going to see me start this at the fourth episode, which is very unfortunate. But if I do go back and decide to create that video again, then it'll probably just be out of order. So I appreciate you. So this episode starts out with Dexter using the thumbprint from his latest victim that has gotten him into a bunch of shit, the dark passenger. And the writers, you guys are on your ish for this because I love how it all just collides. I mean, Dexter's taking the life of someone who claims to be the dark passenger, and now Dexter has to portray this serial killer at a dinner for serial killers. And they call him the dark passenger, which if you watch Dexter or you're just getting into it, will know that's what he calls his like urge. He calls his urge his dark passenger. So I love how the writers were able to like combine that all together, and now we're seeing him as the dark passenger like out there, but like he's still not Dexter because he has to portray himself as the serial killer he killed named Red. So it starts off with him doing that. He cuts the guy's thumb off and he's able to get his thumbprint from it and use it. So we have a bunch of stars in this episode. I'm wondering if they'll stay for the remainder of the season, but we've already lost one. That was Neil Patrick Harris. Spoiler alert, he dies right after Dexter reveals, I'm Dexter Morgan, the Bay Harbor Butcher. That was crazy. So far, the stars that we have in this season, we have Uma Thurman. No words. We have Peter Dinklage. Uh, he's slightly terrifying. We have Eric Stone Street from Modern Family. Interesting casting, but it like sent shivers watching him yesterday just because of how he's able to portray such a sweet guy, but they're all serial killers. So now we have Kristen Ritter, who I know her from The Bee in Apartment 23, which is a show that came out like years ago. It was canceled, but I know she's been in a bunch of other stuff since then, but I just remember her as the Bee from Apartment 23. She's in it. Her and Dexter are getting close. But the main purpose of this episode was the dinner. So you've caught up. We're on episode 4. Dexter kills the dark passenger, and now he's at this dinner with serial killers, and they're all different types of serial killers, right? There's like the typical one that's kind of like Dexter, who's like quiet and doesn't say much, like slightly on the spectrum. Then you have the guy Eric Stone, the guy from Modern Family, yeah, Stone Street. Him portraying like the big guy who's like lovable, the family man, but he like likes to kill women and cut off their ponytails. Dexter's really just watching these people like, what is your code? Like, where are your morals? So he's listening to them intently, but he's also trying to figure out where he fits in within this group because I think he's starting to realize that he is interested, but now he's starting, okay, that he's interested, period. I think one of my favorite parts of this episode is when Peter Dinklage's character is showing Dex his memorabilia of serial killers. My jaw was on the floor. I had to pause watching it because I was like, I think they're like trying to portray the true crime community and how like outlandish it is to like be what's the word I'm looking for? Like infantilizing over these serial killers and like calling them heartthrobs and like putting them on a pedestal when they kill people. So he's walking Dex around where he has serial killer memorabilia, and it starts out with bitch ass John Wayne Gacy, his pogo clown costume. Then the next thing you see is Jeffrey Dahmer's refrigerator with the blood still in it from his victims. There was also Ted Bundy's car seat, like actual car seat, because, he would trick women to get into the car and lock the door. These people are deranged. So the craziest part about it, he goes around the corner. He goes, and this is the Bay Harbor Butchers. It was Dex's um his old trophies that he would do like as a blood spatter analyst. Like he would put the droplets of blood on the glass slides. That was there. The Trinity Killers hammer was there. Let me get my notes. And then I put, then there's the table from where the ice truck killer died in the hands of Dexter. Dexter was like, I gotta get out of here. Um, and one of the quotes from the episode is, killing isn't selfish, it's self-care. So they're basically trying to like show that like being a serial killer, you can live two lives, which we already know, but like do it for you because it's for the betterment of everyone else around me in my life. I'm gonna just go off on these little trips and kill people and like come back and I'll be I'll be refreshed. Babe, go to a spa. We have spas for that. Next we have Mia showing Dex her collection. Oh, her trophies, which was super intimate. I mean, I don't know how much closer you can get as serial killers. You show each other your trophies. That's pretty much love. Um, Batista meets the New York detectives. He walked in with his fedora and was like, I got some info from this one dude from Miami who has a similar MO to Homeboy that chopped up the other dude into 9 pieces. Uh, and I'll just leave it with this. Dex is back to his old ways with the glass sliders because when he killed Neil Patrick Harris's character, he broke a piece of glass behind him. I was like, what's he up to? Is he about to like slice him? He got some of the scalpel. He put the blood on it and he closed it and you see it go the blood. And Neil Patrick Harris is like, that's your trophy? What the hell? Like that's weak as hell. He's trying to call him out. Dex was like this. You know how he is. You know how Dexter is. Um, this episode has me fired up. It has me fired up as to what the future can be. I'm speechless. This is one of the best things I'm watching right now, and I'm excited for next week's. Next week, I'm pretty sure they're going to go a little bit deeper into Harrison because they didn't show much of him this episode, but I'm pretty sure they just wanted to lay the foundation for what's to come in terms of Dexter being in New York to find Harrison, but also still stay true to himself as the Bay Harbor Butcher. I mean, now he's the Dark Passenger. So I love it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have another recap / review for next week for episode 5. But thanks for watching.